Hey, this is Donald with thejapanguy.com, and this is Japan Talk Session 2. Alright, in our last discussion, we were talking about whether or not there was a pecking order among foreigners when it comes to the workplace. This was going to be a two-part series, so the second part, I wanted to see, is there a pecking order among foreigners when it comes to dating? Yesterday, a friend of mine showed me a video about a pickup artist who went to Tokyo and just went nuts dating and said he had so much success with Japanese women, and he was talking to his students about it, okay? So this guy was Caucasian male, I'd say maybe mid to late 20s, I'm not sure. But just seeing this guy, man, I was like, wow, really crazy. So in some of the little video clips, he was saying, that he would walk up to Japanese women and grab them by the head and do this. And then, like, if they got upset or something about it, he would just be like, Pikachu or Pokemon. Like, you can't grab a girl's head and be like, oh, Pikachu. You can't do that. Like, how do you not go to jail for that? I don't understand. But he said something in that video, and it wasn't, you may think that, like, somebody grabbing girls' heads and, like, pushing them down, that would be the part that would disturb me, or that would be the part that struck me most in this video. But actually, he said something in that video that struck me a little bit more, and I wanted to show you just a clip of this, so please take a look.
At least Tokyo, the whole game over there is game. That's it. It's like, I've never been more, like, people are like, if you go to Japanese girls, you got to be very, very nice, very, very empathetic. Why? Because usually if you go up, at least here, if you're like, hey, what do? Like, run out. But at least in Tokyo, if you're a white male, you can do what you want. And that's what I realized. I was like, got there the first night. He's like, dude, just grab her. I'm like, just grab her, but she's Japanese. Like, mate, grab her. So I'm just like, and I pull her in, and she kind of like laughs and giggles. And all you have to say to kind of like take the pressure off is just yell Pikachu or Pokemon or Tamagotchi or something. So that was when I opened. I'm like, Pikachu, 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 like that. So romping through the streets, just like grabbing girls. And my open's like head on dick, head on dick, yelling Pikachu with a Pikachu shirt. And it was ridiculous. I have the infield of this. It's awesome. And then, like, even going up to groups and, like, one by one, two at a time, and it's the happiest I've ever been.
So in that video, he said that because he was a white male, he could do anything that he wanted to do. And that's the part that struck me. Okay, so in his mind, he felt because he was a white male, he's like, oh, I can do anything. Just grab her. And sometimes I wonder, is that true? Like, can white men do whatever they want? Like, I don't think so. I don't know if that's the case. But is there a pecking order among foreigners when it comes to dating? In this case, I'm gonna say no. I'm gonna say no. Because, now granted, I do know a lot of white males who've had a lot of success here. I do. But I can't necessarily say, well, at first it was very difficult for me to find dates, and I couldn't understand why. But at the same time, that could be because I don't go out to clubs or bars. That could have been one of the issues for me. So I spent a lot of time at home. I'm not going to say what I was doing. I spent a lot of time not dating. Let's put it that way. I spent a lot of time not dating in the first 8-9 months I was here. But that's because if you stay in your apartment, you're not going to find anybody. Duh. Like, you're not going to find anybody. So it was hard for me to find a place to actually go to date people. If you don't go to bars or clubs, where do you go in Japan, right? Where do you find people? Maybe that's a topic of another discussion later. But once I got to know my students, it was easier to find people that would, like, or go into the gym. Like, there are other places I could go to meet people. That's when things start to change a bit. Okay, but if you don't drink or smoke or go to clubs or bars, it's going to be harder, naturally. And the reason why I say I can't say there's a pecking order for dating is because every woman is going to be a little bit different. There are Japanese women who do not want to date black men. Like, maybe they had a bad experience or something. I don't know. Or maybe they go to Roppongi and they see, like, the you know, like, somebody who lives here knows what I'm talking about. You've gone to Roppongi and you see that dude, the brown skinned dude or black skinned dude that's out there trying to, like, get people to come to their club or their bar, right? You know what I'm talking about, man. And it looks kind of shady, looks kind of seedy, that kind of dude standing out in Roppongi. And I think, like, sometimes people associate all black people with that, and I'm not doing that, you know. But maybe in some people's minds, like, some Japanese women don't want to date black men. There are also Japanese women who don't want to date white men. Like, it's personal preference. I don't think there's necessarily a pecking order. But I could be wrong. So that's why I wanted to open the floor up to you guys and see what you think. So in today's short session, I would like you to tell me whether or not you think there is a pecking order among foreigners when it comes to dating. Is it more beneficial to be white, black, Hispanic, Korean? Is there a benefit to being a different color when you're dating here in Japan? Please let me know what you think, and we'll talk in the next session. Bye.